Hey guys, happy Sunday to everybody. I've got little Parker here. So last night I decided I was going to change her, and I did not make a video because I had made multiple videos yesterday and figured I had a topic I wanted to chat about with you guys it's not morning anymore, but this afternoon, early afternoon, and figure I'll just show what I changed Parker into, and then I'm also going to do an updated nursery tour because I've had multiple requests to see it because I only show bits and pieces of it, and you really have to go back a ways to find when I did the original nursery tour after I redid it. And I mean, it's pretty much the same, I think, but I figure since people are asking, I will happily share with you what my little nursery space looks like. I don't think I've really updated. I change like the changing pad cover from time to time. I move things about and I get stuff. But essentially, the layout is the same. But I'll share that with you guys so you all can see my special little space that is all my own and nobody bothers me in, which is lovely. And I'm also going to chat with you guys about, well, knowing the title, you'll kind of know how this hobby has stolen and taken over my life. A friend of mine was actually talking about this a couple days ago on her channel, and it really made me stop and think. And I thought it would be a great chat to share with you guys because honestly, oh boy, I've been collecting for so many years. I start really pondering the amount of time that I actually spend on this hobby. I mean, set aside the money I spend. I'm talking about my free time, how much time of the day really does this hobby take away from the rest of my life. And it's quite surprising, actually. So I thought it would be a very interesting topic to chat about. But first, look at little Parker. She's got this Spearmint Love little baby grow, sleeper, whatever you'd like to call it, and then a little headband with a big bow on it. I think it looks so cute. I never have to touch her hair, you guys. Like, her hair stays like this. It's so pretty. And she's always so tired. She's a very tired newborn. But this is a newborn size. And these sleepers that I get, because I have this color and then I have the mustard color. And they're a bit tight. I mean, they're technically not tight, but they're more fitted and they look tight on Monroe. So this even looks like it's very form-fitted on her, but it's actually loose and, you know, it's gathered in places. But the way the type of material looks, it's meant to be fitted. So it makes Monroe look like she's completely growing out of it. It's kind of funny. But I still like Monroe in these. But they tend to look a little bit nicer on Parker, I've noticed. It's kind of cracks me up. There are times where, as long as it's not tight and the material's very stretchy and meant to be form-fitted, I don't mind them on my babies. But if it's like a more, like a tighter knit cotton that doesn't give and stretch, then I don't like them to be tight on my babies at all because I feel like it's binding and hurting them. But yeah, so there's Parker. And she's hanging out. Oh, there's Monroe's little lovey that hangs out in her pod. But so it's her turn to be in the pod. And so one thing I did do is I brought in, I'm using my stroller again. So as you guys saw from yesterday's video, is that I have had Monroe in the stroller just because it's an extra fun thing to, I don't know, it's high up, she's protected, it's kind of like, you know, it's the bassinet attachment that I have on here, not just the stroller seat. So for me, I think that this is like just nice to have. And I had it put away for like the winter, but now I know I'm going to be using it. I kind of squeezed it in my nursery, and when I say squeeze it in, it's you know, it's between that and that. But I'll show you the rest of it. But there she is. I put her back in her sleeper last night because I knew it was going to cool down. They said we were going to get snow. We did not get snow. Hallelujah. They say that we could still get a little bit of, like just a little bit of snow that could trickle in the next day or so, and then the temperature will come back up. So we were almost at 70 yesterday, with the sun out. It was amazing and gorgeous. And today we're in the low to mid 30s. That's how wide we swing here in upstate New York. People ask all the time in the comments, where am I located that I'm having this weather? I am in upstate New York. So yeah, we have crazy weather. This time of year in the spring and the fall, we have a wide swing. So we could have one really great day and then one really, really cold day. And that's just because of the area, and we have the Great Lakes around us. So all of that affects like possibly getting a bit of snow here and there at the tail end of the season. It's just kind of ridiculous, but whatever. I mean, I should be used to it. I still get annoyed. So anyways, I'm going to chat about this little topic that my friend was chatting about. So I feel like for all of us, we kind of all have allowed this hobby to kind of take over our lives in ways. For me especially, I can only speak on my own behalf, of course. I've been collecting in part of the doll community since, I want to say 1999, year 2000. That's when I really started collecting these dolls and made friends in the doll community, and there was actually a doll community to connect with people through. And so we're at like, 19 years that I've been, really pouring my heart and soul and, everything into this doll hobby, because I'm like an all-in kind of gal, guys. So if you don't know me, I'm going to share a little bit about myself. If you couldn't gauge that based on my videos, I am an all or nothing kind of person, which it's how I have always been about most anything that I decide to put time and effort into. And it is no different with a hobby for me. So you guys hear me talk about working out, taking bar and yoga and Pilates classes, things like that, and then doing cardio, all of this stuff, because I'm like balls to the wall, gotta do it completely, or else to me it's crazy to even bother. And that's kind of my mentality with my job, with my family, I'm intense. I'm an intense person. And same with my hobby, my fitness plan, like, when I get on and when I change my diet, I go full force. Like, there's no in between with me. And that's kind of, some people either love it or some people hate it. Most people, I think, get along with me just fine. But I can be a bit intense for some people. Like when new people come into like my work environment, I have to really consciously tone that down because I can be a bit much for people. And this is me without, like, I don't drink alcohol. I don't take any drugs. I limit my caffeine intake. Like, this is me, like, on an even keel. I'm a really happy-go-lucky kind of person, but I'm, like, super kind of out there. I'm boisterous. I'm a lot for some people to handle, and I get that. And I know I can come across that way in my videos and in the hobby because I like to put my thoughts out there, and I'm usually very excited to share something with my friends and fellow collectors. And I think I can come across at times as being, as someone mentioned, a bit bossy, or like I'm trying to force my opinions on people. It's really just my nature. So for this hobby, it really is a lot of time that I spend in the hobby. So even when I'm busy, super busy, like the last couple of weeks work-wise have been so crazy busy that I have just been very limited to what I normally would spend in the hobby and with my dolls and things like that. But I'm still spending some time with the hobby, even if I'm not in my nursery playing or changing or tidying or doing whatever. I'm still doing something that's related to the hobby throughout the day, in the evenings. Like I'm checking in with my friends. Like I wake up in the morning and the first thing I want to do is say hello and good morning to all of my friends. And that's just me. I like to stay connected, and I like to see what they're up to, see how their day is going, because, my friendships are very important to me. And then, I may check out like anything new on Facebook or check to see what new videos popped up on YouTube. Like that is part of my kind of morning routine. And if I were to add up the hours, it would probably scare me to how much I'm actually involved in this hobby. So it can be a little worrisome, I guess, if you're looking at like, okay, you could be doing something else. But I have come to the point in my life where I'm going to be 45 years old, and I want to do the things that I enjoy with my time. So when I am involved in doing other things with my family or my daughters or my other half and other things in my life that are not doll related, I'm completely there and I step back from spending time with my dolls. But it really does take over your life because I'm always thinking about dolls because I love them so much. I'm always thinking about this baby all the time. When I'm away and I'm working at my office, like I think of her throughout the day. I actually miss her. Let's see, we're going into 9 months that I've had this baby and I still miss her when I'm not here with her. It's so funny to me that I feel so strongly and bonded to her. It's a lovely feeling. But she's always kind of in the back of my mind, I'll pull up pictures and kind of look at her during the day and I'll check in with my dolly friends throughout the day. Like I chat with them regularly. So I think this hobby has completely taken over my life, but in a good way. Like some people think that it's obsessive. It could be viewed as that, but I think with hobbies, especially because they're fun for us, it's very easy to kind of put a lot of time and effort into it. And that's how I am. And then in my downtime in the evenings, I love shopping for these babies. I love seeing what else I can do in my nursery, what outfits I can find for Monroe. You name it, guys. It's kind of consuming, but I love it. But I also know when to turn that off. So in the evenings, I'll turn it off. And there's times where people probably wonder where I go because I kind of just fall off the planet because I'm with my family. I'm either having dinner or spending time with them, watching movies, spending time with my other half. Like there's always free time for that. But I feel like if I were to add up all the hours, do you guys feel that way? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm excessive, but I feel like I spend many, many, many hours just in this hobby in my life. I think it's a huge amount of time that I spend, but because I love it, that's why we do it. It keeps drawing us back into it and wanting to see what's new. Like social media sucks us in. So it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It could be hours, which is why when we talk about, how much time we can actually spend watching everybody's videos and things like that. Like it's literally impossible if I could watch every one of my friends' videos and all of my subscribers' videos. Like it would be so hard. I wouldn't be able to do it and then be able to comment. It's very hard to keep up because there's so many parts that you want to be involved in with this hobby. But it's so much fun. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. I'm probably crazy. It's okay though, I enjoy it. It's fine with me. My family respects it. They know that when I'm in my nursery, they leave me alone. They respect that this is my hobby and it's very important to me. But they also know that I can put this away and not be bothered with it to spend time with them. So I try to balance it out as best I can. Like I never put anything off for dolls. That's for sure. My life is my life and, my dolls are just a hobby. And you just have to keep that in perspective. But it's a lot of time spent, guys. But it's so much fun. Like who wouldn't want to spend time with his little babies? So I've rambled on. I just find this to be a really interesting topic. If you feel like making a video, you can start a tag if you want. I just comment freely, like what your thoughts are on this. I just find this to be a super interesting topic that it's just super interesting to me. So I love hearing people's thoughts on it. So feel free to comment and let me know your thoughts on it. And now I'm going to show you the nursery. So I'm going to start over here, which is the door. This is my door. Super exciting. And to the left here, you're looking at this wall, which you guys see this a lot because it's usually like this area is my backdrop if I'm going to make a video showing myself, just because the lighting tends to be the best in this direction. Versus when I turn this around, you're going to see with that window be like facing that window, it really throws off the coloring when I'm trying to video. So there's some sweet outfits. I have little outfits hanging there. None of her new outfits are there. Those are all her older last year's and previous year's outfits that I just think are really pretty that I won't get rid of because like this one's super expensive. It's a Chloe little built-in one-piece dress. It's so cute. She'll wear it. The Monroe will definitely wear that and probably Parker will too this summer. And then look at all those shoe boxes, you guys. I have a bit of a shoe obsession, can you tell? And I think 4 of these bins are filled with baby shoes as well. And that's after I cleaned them out. Like I actually cleaned them out, sorted, sold a bunch. And then there's toys and things in the other bins. And these are just a little shelf with little bins, soft bins that have little pink stars all over them. And the theme is kind of like stars and moon and whatever. It's kind of, whatever I'm feeling, I kind of go for it. And then on this wall, I have that little saying. And as you see the stars around, you're going to see the theme as you go around. And of course, the stroller, my Quinny Buzz 3 stroller in Monroe. And then here's her bouncy seat. I've had this bouncy seat for forever. And then when the dock tot isn't being used, it's usually just laying on the floor, or I stick it behind my rocking chair, which you'll see shortly. But I do lay babies in it while it's on the floor, and then I put it also a lot up on my changing table, just because I use it a lot. I'm always using it. And then there's the pod, and above the pod, well, she's moving around. When I open and close the door, this mobile moves around, and you'll see the moon, wall art, and you guys have seen the mobile. It'll turn back around slowly. It just kind of moves with the wind. And then Parker. But I love this pod. I get a lot of comments on the pod. It's one of my favorite things. I'm glad I went with it because it's small, but it does the trick. I think it's a great little bassinet. And then here's the wall. There's the window. And hopefully it's gray outside. It's not dark outside, but it's definitely not sunny. But see what it does with the lighting over when you have that open. There. So here's the changing table. This dresser I've had for forever. For like forever, it seems. And I added the changing table topper to it when I redid the nursery because it seemed to make more sense than having a specific changing table in addition to, especially in the space is very small, so I have to limit what I can fit in here. And then over on this wall, you see the other moon, and you see like wall art and things. And then here's this is my rocking chair. I should have closed my computer. Love my pink rocking chair. I put that thing together. It came in pieces, y'all. I'm so proud of myself. I put that together. I put that together. I put that together. And the hardest one to put together was this thing. No joke. It was ridiculous. I'm a person that loves to put things together. I love to know how things work. So I'd be that person in my family, so I'm the designated one, although it can take hours sometimes. Behind the chair, I have some storage. Like I've got like Monroe's box and stuff that all of her originals, all in a box behind the chair. My diaper bag, some blankets. I have blankets coming out my rear end, y'all. I have way too many blankets, so they kind of are in multiple places. All these bins are filled with blankets as well. Then you hear me talk about Miss Amy Webb. She is my one-of-a-kind clay sculpted baby by Linda Webb. She is like the one that started it all for me. Someday I'll have to do the story behind her. She is just as beautiful as the day she was sculpted. There's not a thing wrong with her. She doesn't have any scratches, breaks, nothing. And she is clay, you guys. This doll is still like my most favorite, loved doll that I'll probably ever have, and I'll never get rid of her if I can help it. Just saying. She lives over here unless I use the car seat. So that's my Orbit Baby car seat that goes with my Orbit Baby system that's out in my car. So I usually take walks in this, but I will use the Quinny system as well. But I do like to take this one because like if I'm going somewhere, I'll use this one because I like the car seat travel system. It's super safe and it's great when you're traveling with a baby. But she hangs out in that unless I go somewhere, and then I'll put her elsewhere where she's safe because I don't like to handle her a lot. And then here's the other, this is the full-on wall. See how the coloring gets weird? Anywhere towards that window, it gets funky. And then we're back to the door. So it's not a huge space, you guys. It's definitely not a huge space, but it's my space. It's a space that I can call my own. And here's what it looks like with the carpeting, and I just messed it all up with my feet. I'm always combing it. I comb this carpet, this little rug. It's great. And there's a little pink star with the shaggy little rug, and then there's one underneath the pod, but that's always what I'm standing on. So I'm always messing it up, and then I have to comb it when I'm done because I don't like to leave it because I'm so OCD that I want it to all be directional and look like that one that never gets stepped on. Yep, that's my OCD, guys. So there's the nursery tour. We'll do a quick pan around. She's still looking the other way. And all the way around. So there it is. Hopefully that gives you an idea of how big the space is. Like I said, it's not huge, but it's perfect for a little nursery. This was actually something that my other half built into this house. This space was not here. This was all open and part of another room. And then we created it because that was a deal breaker when we bought this house for me. I wanted to have a nursery. I had one in multiple houses, and I had enough stuff that I really needed its own space. So my hubby did it for me. He built it in for me, and he did a great job, and it's beautiful and perfect. It's got the crown molding. I don't think I showed you guys that. That matches the baseboard molding behind there. You can see it. Like, I just wanted it to all be tied in and pretty and very Kelly. So we'll end with this all on little Miss Monroe. Hi, beautiful girl. Sweet girl. I love her so much, you guys. I love Parker too. Can't help but say hello to Parker too. She's a sweet girl too. She got some loving from Mommy last night. But yeah, I'm very lucky, Mommy, to have these girls, to have this wonderful space to enjoy them in. So yeah, that's the nursery. That's the topic, guys. Love to hear your comments on it. I hope you all are having a fantastic Sunday. And Monroe and I and Parker, we will see you all soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.